Hello, welcome to my reselling channel, Flippin' Hippos. I'm Star. Today is Monday, so it's time for a highlight video, and we're looking at August 14th through August 20th today. We had a lot of really boring sales. You guys know that we're a volume-based business and we sell a lot of the same items over and over again, the same price points, the same types of items, the same brands. That is what we built our business on. And I've done a lot of videos on that before. Boring pays my bills. When I do the highlight videos, I like to pull up items that are a little bit different than the usual, or a home run to share with you guys and celebrate, or items that have some kind of teaching moment attached. Maybe I haven't really talked about this brand before and it's a bolo. Maybe I made a mistake and you can learn from it. Maybe it's just to reiterate some of the points I've made in the past about like costume jewelry. So that said, I have pulled up a few items from 6 of the 7 platforms I sell on. I did not get any sales on Whatnot last week. I do have a lot of items listed there on the static listings. I don't do live shows there anymore. And the amount of sales I'm getting over there with the static listings, I'm actually starting to rethink moving as many over there as I do each day. I would leave what's already there. I already put the work in. I use it as a discount bin, it's a discount platform. I don't know. It's something I need to put thought into. Mercari, you might be in trouble too. We all have to prioritize where we spend our time. And, you know, I quit Mercari before, came back. I don't know. I have to think about things. It doesn't take me long to list on the 7 platforms. I'm usually done by 9:30 in the morning. I start shipping around 7:30, depending on how long our morning walk takes. And whenever I'm done with shipping, I do my cross listing very quickly. I use List Perfectly. It's fast. But sometimes just because something is easy or something is fast doesn't mean you should. But if I can do all 7 platforms and still be done by 9:30 in the morning, maybe I should just keep doing it. You see what I'm saying? There's my conundrum. Anyway, let's get into the sales. I like to be down here, over here on the left. All right, let's start with Depop. I sold a couple of items there. You know that I use Depop and Vinted just like Whatnot. I've started calling them my discount bins. They're my 3 platforms I put my oldest items on at about 50% of my original asking price, and I go from there. I'm just trying to clear out old inventory. We are getting towards the end of the year, and I like to get rid of as much old stuff as I can before we get into Q4. Get old out, get as much new in as you can. Everybody should be doing that right now. So, I mean, you can see I've got $9 items in here, $7, $8.50. Not, and a lot of 3, but not everything goes for super, super cheap. Some things do. It's whatever the item was originally. I do about 50% off, you know, minus shipping and everything. I'm doing pretty well. I'm clearing out a lot of old stuff. So there's room for new stuff. Speaking of Mercari, I did have a pretty good week on Mercari. Every time I start to think about breaking up with Mercari, it apologizes to me and buys me flowers and romances me and keeps me around for a little while. I sold a vintage necklace for $20. This one was kind of neat, like a mixed media. Stuffed animal for $11. This guy's been around forever, ever. A Foot Locker quarter zip fleece pullover. I sold this for $18.75. I sold a couple of other items too, but again, those fell in the boring category. Just Mercari every once in a while surprises me with like a $20 sale. You know, I don't know. Anyway, sold a couple of things on Etsy. I pulled up the most interesting to show you. This is a vintage Hanna-Barbera Flintstone Pebbles pillow. It is handmade. I did not make it. Came in a wholesale lot of plush, but you can definitely tell it's a homemade pillow. Sold for $20. And this very interesting ring, it only sold for $12. So why am I showing it to you? Because it's really neat. And I'll take my $10 profit on an item that didn't even cost me but a couple pennies. I mean, I pay $6 a pound for my jewelry usually. This may have come from my big buyout from my friend Lori, so it came out to even cheaper than that. Rings don't even weigh an ounce, so my cost is very low. I will take my $10 profit. And this is just such a nice, unique ring. It was really fun to list. It hasn't even been up that long, by the way. It was on Etsy for a couple of days. I'm not worried that I priced it too low. I priced it right where I think a ring that's a costume ring like this with the patina and everything should be. But it was neat to try to pick out the good keywords. I've got Southwestern, rustic, Western. So just wanted to show you that. And moving on to Poshmark. Look at this ribbon necklace. Now, I actually do know resellers personally, some of them are my friends, that had they pulled this out of their wholesale jewelry lot, they would probably have junked it. Not thrown it away, but put it in that box that we all save of broken and junk jewelry that we then sell by the pound. And if you're not doing that, you should be. If you are a jewelry seller, anytime you have broken jewelry, junk jewelry, beads, any pieces and parts and bits and bobs, you should be saving them in some kind of a box or a jar. And then when you get to about a pound or two, or you can save up even more if you want. I usually do 2-pound lots. About $10 a pound is what you can sell that for as a crafting material. So you should be doing that if you're not. Don't waste your broken jewelry. You can still sell it. But I feel like a lot of my friends would have tossed that in that bits and bobs junk box. I saw it as a very unique and different piece and decided to list it and see what would happen. I got $15 for it. I'm happy with that. I sold a bulk. I meant to say the word bundle. A bulk bundle. I sold a bundle of comic books. I made $17.60 on 3 of these comic books that we got for less than $1 a piece. And they actually went to a military address. So great. I am happy to bundle and give a little bit of savings to one of our servicemen or women. And you guys need to know this brand, Cabby. That's how I say it. I've heard people pronounce it Cabby. Pretty sure it's a UK brand, but Cabby is a good brand. Jeans, pants, blouses, it doesn't matter. If you see this brand, you want to grab it. That is what the tag looks like. It's a capital C, capital A, lowercase b, and I. This is a really good brand. These are a size 6. Usually 6 is one of those mid-range sizes that's like a little bit harder to sell. $29 on Poshmark. They paid shipping in addition to that. So you can see what these jeans are worth to someone. Cabby, Cabby, Cabby. Look for that brand. Hey guys, you might have seen this in a haul video very recently. These have not been listed very long. They did not take long to sell. I got them for 99 cents at Goodwill off of the pajama rack in the women's section. But when I took the measurements and everything and comped the items, they're men's. They're men's size small, which is also like usually a hard move. I wonder if somebody bought these for their son, like a teenager or younger, like preteen. But anyway, they're pretty cool. They're jogger pants, so they're sweatpants, but they have the Millennium Falcon on the pockets and stuff. Pretty cool. $10.99. All right, and then the highlights from eBay, because again, lots of boring stuff sold. So I want to show you the highlights. This isn't necessarily a highlight or a brand you should be looking for. I pulled this up to remind myself to tell you guys that now is the time. If you have the long sleeve, button up, plaid, flannel, shirts, coats, anything like that, you want to start getting it up. In the men's department, if you have those thicker, like fleece button-up plaid things, you can use words like hunting, outdoors, but this is the time of year to make sure you get all your flannels and things like that listed. I sold this one for $8.50. I paid $1 for it. It's fine. Lucky Brand. I love Lucky Brand. You guys have heard me say that before. Lucky Brand, made well, cut from the cloth. Anytime you find blouses or tops in a brand that is well known for its jeans, grab it. Those brands also do well in the blouses. This is a size large. It's kind of cool. It's embroidered. I got this at the church sale. This did not sit for very long. It sold for $20 plus $7 shipping, right? Didn't take long at all. Lucky Brand. Love Lucky Brand shirts. Oh my gosh. I always feel so lucky when I find them. I just wanted to show you these because they were really unique and different. Y'all that are as old as me remember Rubik's Cubes. These are just flat, like little crafted foam earrings, and they're a pastel Rubik's Cube. They're not like the traditional colors. I didn't pay anything for them. They're just really unique. Like an older listing, and I have been learning. Well, we should all be learning all the time. Let me say that. We should all be learning. You never stop learning. You should always be constantly in search of an education and pivoting with the times. And right now, the titles that we need to focus on are more aesthetic words. The kids that are the kids, the Gen Z and the younger generations are looking for those aesthetic words and not so much colorful geometric design. They would be looking more for retro, 80s, 90s, things like that. So I could have had a better title on this, but again, always learning, always looking to educate myself and moving with the times. That's why I delist and relist 20 items a day, because I can always improve on older listings. I can always change the titles. And of course, the new stuff that goes in, I can always improve on. And so can you. Croft and Barrel. This was mine. This was actually, I bought it last April. So April of 2025. I got this at Goodwill for $1. And I'm proud to say that this is too big for me now. I have lost enough weight that this size just doesn't fit me anymore. And so I listed it. It's a pretty shirt. I don't know why, but I'm really attracted to pink plaid. And funnily enough, I wore this to the Disturbed concert I went to with Keith. And a pink plaid shirt at a, heavy metal concert is kind of funny, but I liked it. I found it for 99 cents like the weekend before I went. And I was like, I really like this shirt. It's so pretty. And I wore it. And look, I got $20 plus $7 shipping for a shirt that I got to wear a while until it didn't fit me anymore. And that is one of the joys of being a reseller, especially a reseller who is on, every time I drop a size, I put my stuff for sale, shop in my store and get new stuff. A lot of the graphic tees that I wear, I'm just going to keep wearing until I'm swimming in them. But like my jeans, my pajama pants, my nicer blouses and stuff, I just list them for sale when they become too big, and I go shopping and get new jeans. And that's kind of like, I think, one of the perks of being a reseller. I have friends that shop their stores for events and to go places. I used to when I used to travel and go to the eBay Open and things like that. I used to shop and bring an outfit with me and then put it back when I came home. It's like one of the things we get to do. And, also don't forget, you can clean out your closet and list your older items. Don't be afraid to do that. We can absolutely spring clean our homes, gain weight, lose weight, sell, borrow, shop. It's like all part of the perks. Okay, so If you have any questions, comments, concerns about anything you saw in this video or reselling in general, let me know down below. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up and subscribe because it helps me feed my hungry hippos. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.